Well, Tommy, I guess we bitched and complained enough and texted Gio enough to get a couple hours here on the afternoon. So congratulations. How you feeling?
Well, I think there's going to be a few more texts sent to Gio because, as you know, this is my first show on WFAN ever in Afternoon Drive. Most people's first show, it's on a holiday, it's in an overnight. Yes. You're sitting there talking to Richard in Manhattan at 4 a.m. about George Mikan or something like that. But me and you
George
here.
Mikan reference right out
How
the gate.
about that? Yeah, Target demo.
This is why you're here.
Yeah, a lot of people are Googling that name. Sitting there with Richard in Manhattan, 3 a.m. But listen, Afternoon Drive. I'm here with you. Yes. A lot of people ask me, are you nervous? I'm like, I'm not nervous. I'm in here with the pro. There's nobody. We all love Minko, right? Mink used to say this about you all the time. Nobody is cooler under pressure at the station than C-Mac. And you know why, C-Mac?
Why is that?
I don't know if you know this about you.
I don't know. You know something about me I don't know about myself.
I'm going to throw a little statsky at you right now, 406.
Statsky.
You are the only guy at this station to work with Mike, CMB, Moose and Maggie, and Carton and Roberts. And I say this with love. You are like the Edwin Jackson of WFAN.
Well, thank you very much.
That's a compliment.
Yeah. Don't forget Maggie and Bart as well for a brief
right.
time.
How about that?
Yeah, no, I've worked with them all. I've done them all. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy for us. I think we do deserve this. And it could be the fact that we bitched and complained. It could be my Saturday night ratings. Who knows? Who knows why we're here, but we are here. And I'm looking forward to it. We're just going to have some fun, talk some sports for the next 2 hours or so. And what do you got?
I don't want to cut you off right away here.
Yeah, well, you just did, but go ahead.
Well, I got to ask you this. We're sitting here before the show. We got in early. We did our prep. We did that.
Yes.
Right? Like an hour before the show, I couldn't find you. And I'm like, where is C-Mac? So I want to ask you right here on the air. Do you have like a pre-show ritual that I'm unaware of? Because I could not find you.
No, I like to go for walks. It's kind of my thing. I walk around a little bit, prepare myself, think about what I'm going to say.
Gotcha.
Just a little bit. I do on Saturday night, too. I definitely do. There have been weirder... There have been weirder openings to shows and what people do before shows. I don't know if you remember Adam the Bull.
I do.
Adam the Bull, who now does afternoons in Cleveland, does a great job. Love Adam. Before every show, when he used to work here at the Fan, he would go into the bathroom, he would splash water on his face, and he would scream at the top of his lungs into the mirror. Just ah! That was Adam. You hear? What the hell is that? That's just Adam. The show starts in 10 minutes.
Psyching up for the show. I used to work with Summers for years, and I know Steve would just walk around, drink coffee, and rip heaters. So I guess that was his pre-show ritual. So I guess everybody's different, but whatever.
But no, yeah. So I do walk around a little bit, think about things. And especially on the newsroom now, it's just it's too hectic for me. I normally come in, it's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's you and Mike McCann and a tumbleweed going by.
Exactly. Too many people out there. Even in the
COVID era.
Even in the COVID era where we're socially distancing, that newsroom was a little crowded for me. So, and plus, I don't want to, cramp your style. I want you to think that you're just as important as I am. I want you to have that belief for as long as we can have it.
Well, if you listen to the ID, I went first.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't want to bring that up in the open. I didn't want to bring that up in the open, but since you mentioned it, what is Paul Turner doing?
Well, you can't play Paul Turner. You can't blame Paul Turner, everybody. Paul Turner is the guy that voices all the bumps, IDs. He's Ron Burgundy.
How are you? This is your first show ever. I've been on Saturday nights for a year now, on the schedule weekly. My first show was 2016.
Years. Yeah, 4 years.
First show I did was also a tag team. Me and Monzo did a show the night of Alex Rodriguez's last game as a Yankee.
Nice.
So that was the first show I've ever done. I've done Saturdays for a long time now. And you get top billing in the promo?
But again, you can't blame Paul Turner.
It's the producer's turn.
The producer.
With Tom Lugauer and Chris McMonigle. What was that?
Paul Turner's Ron Burgundy. He reads what's on the copy. Who writes the copy? Mark Chernoff. So, who's the boss here? So, Mark clearly thinks I should get top billing.
Listen, when Lopresti was doing it, he said my name first. So that's all that was.
Is that true?
Yes.
CeeLo and I are dear friends. I got to have to talk to CeeLo about
he understands the deal, though. Let's be honest.
We have a big group chat here, so I'm going to have to get on CeeLo after the show or during one of the breaks.
All right, so let's get into it a little bit as we go here. And obviously, I want to start with the New York Giants because, as we sit here on Wednesday and whether the days trickle away, we get through our New Year's and we say goodbye to this extremely difficult year.
For sure.
We get into New Year's Day, and you have your roast pork and sauerkraut, which is a staple at the McMonigle house. Giant fans like myself and you are also a Giant fan. We're going to find ourselves on Sunday waking up for a game that is an important game in January, week 17, a game where they will be playing their most historic America's team rival in the Dallas Cowboys live at MetLife Stadium for a chance to possibly be Eastern Division champion. Yes, it's with 5 wins, and is that a low bar? You're damn right it's a low bar. But you know what? I think we forget. Sometimes, maybe it's because we play in the same city as the Jets. Maybe it's because the Jet fans and nobody owns dysfunction like the New York Jets, and they have the worst coach in the history of mankind. They have a quarterback controversy. They've got everything you can think of causing the dysfunction inside that franchise. But we forget that the Giants have lost more games than any team in the NFL over the last 3 years.
Yeah, ever since the boat game, they've been a disaster.
Terrible. Not the Jets, not the Browns, not the Lions. No one. The Washington Generals. That's it. No one has lost more games than the New York Giants. So the fact that there's even a debate about how to feel about this game going into Sunday, let me tell you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make any apologies, but I am going to excuse some things. So allow me to excuse the fact that this team has 5 wins. Let me excuse the fact.
Which is one more than the Lions.
Which is one more than the Lions. Let me excuse the fact that the besides the Niners game era is over. And that's what we like to hang on to as Giant fans. Well, besides that Niners game, every game's been tight. Besides that Niners game, we lived on that for weeks and weeks and weeks. Now that that's over because they've been trounced the last 3 weeks, let me excuse that. Let me excuse the fact that the quarterback has completely regressed since that great 4-game stretch, since the team has regressed, since the defense has regressed. The quarterback can't run, fully admits he's going to have to play the game from the pocket, which is not his strength.
You will get into that, yeah.
What we've seen, his best ability is running.
No doubt.
And the ability to run the RPOs and the different kinds of offense, he's going to be limited in that fact. Let me excuse that. Let me excuse the fact that the coach had a terrible game plan against Cleveland. Let me excuse it all. I turned a blind eye to it all because the fact of the matter is this team under this coach and this era have finally gave me a game worth a damn on Week 17, a chance to win this division, and I'm not apologizing for anyone. And any Giant fan who feels sorry about it, we get calls. It's embarrassing. I'm not, Craig and Evan joking about whether we should hang the banner or not. Are you serious? Are you serious? After what this franchise has given us the last 3 years, I relish the fact. I know that, Heineke has to win a game or has to lose a game, later in the night for this to mean anything, even if they do beat the Cowboys. And I get the fact that the Cowboys, would probably them and the Eagles, who have fallen on their face,
for sure,
were supposed to be the best team in this division.
Yep.
And I understand that Andy Dalton and this passing attack looks like they finally got their games together. And there's probably a good chance that the Giants get run out of their own building. But that doesn't count. All of that gets forgotten. The fact that if they end up losing this game and they finish the season the way they finish, and this coach, after having a promising run, and after that unbelievable Seahawks win, which is probably the best win they've had in 5 years, after all that, if they lose this game, then we can worry about that. And we can talk about how much this game meant and how it feels about the season and a 5-11 team and what that means as a Giant fan moving forward, how you feel about the coach, how you feel about the quarterback, how you feel about the GM. We can talk about that all after the game. We can talk about how heading into the season you wanted to see the progression of this quarterback, and so far you haven't seen it. And we can talk about anything you want to talk about. But the fact of the matter is, from today until kickoff, I am a Giant fan using my heart. My head is gone. I don't care about it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not going to turn on the game and think, I hope Daniel Jones really figures it out and plays well. At least we can no, I don't care if he's the worst player on the field. Come out 1 point better than the Cowboys and give me a Sunday night.
Chris has got me wanting to run through the wall here.
Let's do it.
I won't do that, by the way. But,
but I'm pumped. I'm serious. I hate the talk.
No, and listen, and they're playing the Cowboys.
Some sort of we have to apologize, or that ultimately, what do you want to do? Get blown out at home in a home playoff game? Yes. Bring me a playoff game at home where we get blown out. I'll sign for it right now. Let's make the playoffs. Let's do something. Let's have a team that actually matters. Other than, you could pick third. Listen, how much could that mean? Think of all the players you could finally bolster this offensive line with another tackle. You can do this. You can that. Nonsense. I'm pumped for a Giant game against the Cowboys.
So we know Chris will be in his Feety pajamas on Sunday, a couple White Claws.
If you can find one that'll fit me, I'll be in a Feety pajama.
I think we get that arranged. And you mentioned the Daniel.
I'll rub my feet into the static electricity thing.
How about that? You got to tape it though, because we got to put it. We guys always been thinking about the show.
You guys are big on tapes.
Well, because we got to do everything.
Tape from this
we got to
show,
do everything for the show, 24 hours a day. The Daniel Jones comments to me were very, very interesting. Here's a guy that we know relies on the legs. He relies on the deep ball. When you come out today and you tell the Cowboys and you tell the NFL, listen, I don't think I can make those kind of moves. You're doing one of two things. You're either A, telling the truth, or B, you're trying to throw them. You're playing possum, fake like you're going to fake, right?
I don't think it's in the repertoire.
Yeah, I don't think he's trying to throw them off. I think he's just being honest. Which begs the question is, why would you do that? Why would you tell the opponent, hey, listen, I'm not going to be able to move, so don't game plan for that?
They're going to find that out in 3 plays.
And I understand you can watch tape, but why would you say that? Maybe he's just an honest guy, and I respect the honesty.
They're going to find it out. He's going to either be able to do it or not. It's not like they're going to be, Rocky Balboa waiting to switch to southpaw mid-fight. I mean, they're going to try their best to win this game from the jump, and it's going to be quite obvious early on whether he's capable of move or not.
You're a Daniel Jones supporter. Is that fair?
Yes, it's fair to say I'm a supporter.
Because I am not. I was not happy
that I 100% behind him as the future of the Giants? No, I'm not.
Okay, so then you're not a supporter.
I'm not a. I think he can be that guy. I'm still willing to look to see if he's that guy, but I'm not telling you today he's going to be the quarterback in 5 years. No.
To me, like I said, the night they drafted him, I was not happy. I don't think he's shown enough in the 2 years. To me, next year is the make or break year for Daniel Jones. If he doesn't get it done, see ya. I wanted the Giants to get Trevor Lawrence. To me, I thought they were kind of going in that direction where they stunk a little bit more. You get the number 1 pick, the thing the Jets couldn't do. Get Lawrence here, sunshine. To me, he's that generational quarterback. Daniel Jones is not that. I didn't like him at Duke. I don't like him now. He's got a big spot, but he's coming in hobbled. He can't move. He can't throw the deep ball. He doesn't have his bread and butter. Then you have a team like the Cowboys coming in. Giant defense, been good this year. You got to give Gettleman a little bit of credit here for the guys he's brought in. They've played well.
Excellent year in free agency. He's done a great job.
Bro, the last 2 weeks, I know it's 2020, but you can get within 6 feet of an offensive player here. I mean, there are guys running wide open.
Those first 2 drives against the Ravens were
they came out and gave you no effort.
Embarrassing.
Now you got CeeDee Lamb. You got Amari Cooper. You got Michael Gallup. You got Zeke. You got Andy Dalton and all the, Andy Dalton can't win a playoff game jokes.
Yeah.
All the jokes aside, they're cooking on offense.
They are.
The Giants aren't playing very well on defense. The quarterback's a problem. Goldman and Alfred Morris have given you a lot, but those, they are who they are.
Yeah.
Offensively, Slayton's taken a step back. Ingram made the Pro Bowl. I don't know how that, beyond laughable.
Yeah.
So now you're sitting in a situation as a Giant fan. Your heart says one thing. For sure. And sticking it to the Cowboys, because I've said this before, there are more Cowboy fans in New York than there are in Dallas. You could go to Mars and find a Cowboy fan.
Right.
So sticking it to all those kids, when we were younger, they're I'm going to root for the Cowboys and the Bulls. And I like Mike Tyson, too.
I had Brian Triglio in particular.
For sure. Notre Dame football. So those are the guys you like to stick it to.
I had the Cowboy fans in my life, too.
Yeah, it's the worst, bro. Yeah. So those are the guys you want to stick it to. But that's your head. That's your heart. What does your head say?
Yeah, my head says they're going to have a tough time winning the game, but
sure.
but there is like some discussion on what would be better for the franchise, which is laughable to me. You got to go out there and win the game. Everything you just said is true. Everything you said is true. I'm not going to knock a single thing you said. The Cowboys have 4 to 5 offensive players who would be the best offensive player on the Giants.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. And they finally got it together, and you knew the fear was never the Cowboys, or should I say the fear? The thought was never that the Cowboys were just an awful football team. Right. The thought was the Cowboys have just fallen on their face, and this coach doesn't have the belief in the players.
Well, Dak got hurt. That's really, to me, when Dak got hurt, that changed.
Yeah, but they were playing poor even before that.
They were playing defensively.
It was a dagger, but they came back and won that game against the Giants that he got hurt.
The defense did not play well. Dak was having an MVP-like season before he got hurt, no doubt about it. But the offense after that did not do well.
That's weeks ago, though. But the point is they had opportunities to turn this thing around. They had a big win against Minnesota and then continued to fall on their face. This team always had the talent. And if you look at this offensive talent, Zeke's had a terrible year, had a great game
well, the offensive line hasn't been there. They've had a lot of injuries.
They've been a ton of injuries.
For sure.
So, listen, they've struggled, no doubt, but they've kind of got it together. Yes, it's against 3 terrible teams. Let's be fair. It's against the Bengals, the beat-up 49ers, and the Eagles, who are even in worse shape than the Cowboys are. So they haven't done it against the primetime win. They don't have a win like the Giants have against Seattle. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is you're right. My head tells me it's a very difficult game to win. But all the other stuff you're talking about, whether or not Jones is the guy or whether or not, they need to move forward or whether or not, the Gettleman's the guy despite having a good free agency class here, all that takes second place to me come Sunday when it's about trying to win a game. And if it costs them 10 spots in the draft, who cares? I don't care. I'm looking to do something, build a winning culture here. This coach, I said it when he first took over. If he was going to be this brash, hard-nosed, make the players run laps, hell, make the coaches run laps, all the stuff he was going to come in with and be this tough disciplinarian and run the show and, cut a running back for cut a wide receiver for running a rub route. Like, if he's going to be this guy, that's fine. The team needs it. But it has to come with wins or the message gets lost because no one wants to listen to the tough guy who's the smartest guy in the room while we lose, we win 4 games all year.
Right.
So the wins have to come. And moving forward, the feeling of winning this game and then possibly have a chance to forget me, even if they make the playoffs, it's a home run.
Yeah, we got to win.
A home run.
You got to win the game on Sunday first,
right.
For sure.
So much of this game can shape how you feel about the season. I agree. But I'm just putting all of that secondary. But you're right. Losing this game.
You're looking at it in a vacuum. That's all you're doing.
It is a vacuum. It is outer space, man. We are in a vacuum.
Nice.
This game comes Sunday. The Giants have an opportunity to do something here. And I don't care if it's at 6-10. I don't care if it's with a hobbled quarterback. I don't care if it's with a GM that we all want to have, one foot out the door and the other on a banana peel. The fact of the matter is this team has an opportunity to do something. And listen, Washington could be playing Heineke at quarterback, and Philadelphia would love to ruin their season.
Yeah, Heineke at quarterback is not exactly inspiring.
No.
I mean, he's better than Haskins.
Smith,
you and I would be better than Haskins. We know that.
And now he's lost his agent, too.
Washington fans will probably be having a few Heinekens watching the game Sunday night, but hey,
right.
Like that? No.
I was thinking Heineke, which is the car brand, but Heineken, that's okay.
Yeah. That's one for the drinkers out there.
Yeah, okay.
The beakers.
Right. What was I saying?
The beakers. No. Oh, you were right.
We'll get the hang of it. 877-337.
Well, it's like a first date. We come out for a little jokes.
66.
Then we talk over each other.
Right.
First, we had a couple appetizer, a little calamari. Now we're going to move on to the steak, which is your close. Nah.
What?
I don't like eggplant. I'm a chicken parm guy.
Get out right now.
Why can't I hosting the show till 6?
I could do it without you.
We're off to a good start.